Okay, this is a question from the 2017 two-unit paper, question number 8. So it's a multiple choice question. And I wanted to cover it because it's a question involving 3 different lines all creating one bound region. So rather than being only one line creating a region or maybe 2 lines creating a region, we now have 3. And so what we've been told to do here is say, well, which set of inequalities will kind of define this region that's being shaded in here. So let's quickly just read through the question. So the region enclosed by this function, and this function is shaded in the diagram below, and then obviously you have the diagram. So which of the following defines the shaded region? And we have 4 sets of inequalities. So straight away, we can see that in each of the responses, we have this last bit here, they're all the same. So that's not going to be very helpful for us at all to kind of narrow down which it is going to be. But you can tell straight away that it is going to be greater than x, because if we're looking at this line, you can see that it is above that line. Therefore, the y values are bigger than the x values. So that's how we can look at that. But that technique is going to help us with all the other ones. So if we were to focus on maybe these ones next, so I'm kind of working in reverse here, that means we're looking at this line here. And we need to ask ourselves, well, is this shaded region above the line or is it below the line? Because that tells us a few things about it. Well, as we can see here, we're looking below the line because the shaded region that we're looking at in here is below the line. So that means y will be less than or equal to 4 minus x. So straight away, we can now cross off these 2 answers because those ones have y being greater than 4 minus x, which implies that it will be above the line. So lastly, all we really need to do is think about, well, which one of these 2 is correct? And that means we're looking at this line here. Now looking at that line, we see it goes up towards that way. And again, we're seeing that the region that we're looking at is below the line. So because it's below the line, we're saying that y will be less than 2x plus 1. So it's that one. So that means your correct answer is A. It is a combination of this inequality, this inequality, and this inequality, all joining up to make that shaded region in the middle. Anyway, nice short and sweet video here, but I thought it would be useful for us to talk about how we can express a region that's already been shaded on there for us between 3 functions. Anyway, hopefully this has been helpful.